Hi everyone, Nina here. I just saw a lot of leaked cards from the new set that's coming out on the 30th. I'm gonna go through all of them, and if you don't want to be spoiled, click off right now because there's a lot of spoilers. And also, please ignore this because I literally just woke up. I'm still wearing my pajamas. I haven't even brushed my teeth. So yeah, it's pretty gross. So yeah, let's go through all these new cards. Cresselia EX. The ability, Lunar Plumage. Whenever you attach a psychic energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. And the attack is Psychic Flash, 80 damage for 3 energy, 2 psychic, 1 colorless. So if we combine it with Gardevoir, we attach energy to Cresselia with Gardevoir, plus we attach energy from our energy spot. That means we can heal 40 damage per turn for Cresselia. 80 damage is not amazing, but it is a basic EX Pokemon with quite a lot of HP, and it can store a lot because of the healing ability. So yeah, I quite like this Pokemon. Retreat cost is quite expensive. It's 2 energy, but we have Leaf, so nothing to worry about. It does have the promo tag on it. This might only be obtainable from a promo event, but it could also just be alternative art for the basic Cresselia EX we'll be getting in the new set. The quality for this is not amazing, so please ignore it. I'm just gonna resize it a little bit so you guys can see. Maybe I'll make my camera smaller. The cards are the focus. I don't actually want you to look at my face. We've got Cresselia normal one, not EX one, and Gible. I think we've seen Gible already, so it's nothing exciting. But I mean, I'm excited because Gible is one of my favorite Pokemon. We've got normal Cresselia at 110 HP. We've got 2 psychic energy, 50 damage, and every time you use it, you heal 20 damage from this Pokemon, which is actually really, really nice too. I actually prefer this to the EX version because you don't have to keep attaching energy to it in order to heal. You just need to use the attack to heal. 50 damage is not amazing for 2 energy. You know, this could also be like a stalling Pokemon in psychic decks. So yeah, I quite like this one as well. I was gonna say we have a lot of good psychic Pokemon, but if you think about it, it's only really Mewtwo EX. We've got Mew EX and Gardevoir, right? Am I missing something? I can already feel comments calling me out. How about this Pokemon? You know, I can't believe you forgot this. To be fair, I haven't played the game in a while. I completely forgot about the PvP event, so I didn't even try, and I was like, oh, I still have time, I'll do it on Monday. And then on Monday I opened the game and the event wasn't there anymore, so I completely forgot. Alright, we got Gengar EX, which is not... it's okay, it's not amazing. Oh, we also have Alakazam. Alakazam is pretty good, but if we think about it, the only psychic Pokemon that dominate the meta are Mewtwo EX, Mew EX, and Gardevoir. Sometimes Alakazam, so it would be nice to have another strong psychic Pokemon. But I don't think this is going to be like the main carry of your deck, more like something you put in the active spot at the beginning of the game to help you build your bench, you know? Drifloon. Oh my god, why is it so big? One of the creepier Pokemon. 50 HP, we've got 1 psychic energy for expand. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 damage from attacks. Okay, I mean, it's pretty nice to start with because in the beginning, you want to put out the Drifloon, right? You mitigate the damage a little bit with its ability, so it's really good if you go second. And then you can evolve it into Drifloon. We don't know what Drifloon does yet. The Drifloon, whether this card is playable or not, will depend on Drifloon. If Drifloon is good, I can see this being played for sure. And it's another psychic Pokemon as well. I really like the artwork as well. It's very dreamy, you know, floaty. It looks like a purple balloon floating away, pulling kids away. Okay, we've got a new Eevee. Well, it's the same Eevee as the Mythical Island Eevee. Oh wait, no, it's not. Wait, I didn't read it properly. Quick attack, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 20 more damage. Okay, it's not so coin flip dependent as the Mythical Island Eevee. So you have a potential of dealing 20 extra damage with a coin flip, which it's okay. I think it's pretty good, honestly. There's still a base damage, so you always deal some damage. And I'm pretty sure we're getting a leafeon. I haven't read the ability yet, so it will depend on leafeon. But yeah, I really like this Eevee, and the artwork is so cute. Oh my god, it's probably my favorite Eevee artwork so far. It's just adorable. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going a little bit out of order. I hope I don't miss anything because I want to show you the Leafeon. So we got stage 1 Leafeon, HP 90 for 2 energy, 1 colorless, and 1 grass. We've got Leafy Cyclone, deals 90 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Oh my god. Either Leafeon is going to be a finishing Pokemon where if you attack with it, you basically win the game, or you have to retreat this Pokemon and use a different one to attack. So it's kind of awkward here. I feel like maybe there is some other new Pokemon that will work with Leafeon, or maybe there's some Pokemon tool. Oh yeah, we're getting Pokemon tools. I'll show all the Pokemon first, and then we'll go through all the tools. But 90 damage for 2 energy is pretty good. Think about it. It's kind of like Ninetales. Also deals 90 damage. It discards 1 energy. With Leafeon, it's a little bit more restrictive because you can't attack at all. Okay, we've got a honchkrow. So we're definitely getting Murkrow. I don't think we've seen a Murkrow yet. Honchkrow is stage 1 with 100 HP, 2 a dark energy skill dive. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Actually, I think we did see a Honchkrow in the trailer, but some of the text was blocked, but I think most people managed to figure out what it is. It's very similar to Finneon and Lumineon. So Lumineon is a water Pokemon that deals 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon as well for 2 water energy. But Lumineon does have only 80 HP and Honchkrow has 100 HP. But the good thing about Lumineon is that it has a free retreat cost, and Honchkrow costs 2 to retreat, which makes no sense because it's a flying Pokemon. It can literally fly away. Why is it so expensive to retreat? But yeah, but we do get a little bit more HP, which means we can survive a 80 damage attack or a 90 damage attack as long as they don't have like a Giovanni. It's okay, I guess. This is like the first time I think dark Pokemon get something that can attack the bench, because at the moment we have nothing that can attack the bench. Okay, we've seen Gible already from the trailer, but it's the first time seeing Gabite, just stage 1 Pokemon, 90 HP, a dragon type. It needs 1 water energy and 1 fighting energy in order to deal 60 damage with slash, and also 1 cost retreat. And you know what? This honestly seems pretty good to me. 60 damage for 2 energy only. The only thing is, it's dual energy. You have to add both energy types to the deck, and you guys know how inconsistent that can be. So yeah, it's a little bit awkward. If you get unlucky with your energy, you won't be able to attack. So I think, yeah, that's the only bad thing about Gabite that I can see, really. Hopefully, maybe we'll get some Pokemon tools to help us with the energy. Garchomp, we have stage 2, 140 dragon type. Oh, you don't even need to add extra energy to it. I thought you would need extra energy on it to deal damage, but you only need 1 water, 1 fighting energy to use Dragon Claw to deal 100 damage, which is really, really good for only 2 energy. And the ability is, you must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. Ooh, okay. Card drawing abilities are incredibly strong, and in a 20 card deck especially so. That's why Professor's research is in every single deck, and Pokeball is also pretty much like in every single deck. And with Garchomp, you get to draw and you discard. I mean, you have to discard a card, yes, but I think it's still really, really good. I mean, you're not gonna use all of your cards anyway. And if you're playing this deck, you probably want to be very careful with the cards you play out, so you have stuff you want to discard. I really, really like Garchomp. I mean, it's not gonna be super consistent because it's a stage 2 Pokemon, as I said earlier, and you need 2 different energy types, but 100 damage for 2 energy is really, really good. And we know there's Cynthia as well. Cynthia exists, so you have a potential of dealing 150 damage. And 150 damage is a lot. It can, one-shot a Garchomp, can one-shot Mewtwo EX, can one-shot Celebi EX. A lot of EX Pokemon can be one-shot. I'm very excited to play Garchomp. This is very exciting. So Infernape, right? Infernape is the evolution of that Chimchar. Okay, we haven't seen what Monferno does yet, but Infernape seems pretty good to me because he only needs 2 energy to deal 140 damage. 140 damage is a lot. Think about Gyarados EX, right? Gyarados EX needs 4 energy to deal 140 damage. So yeah, this seems pretty good. Obviously, Gyarados EX has ways of ramping out energy with Misty, but we can ramp out energy for Infernape with, what's his face? Moltres EX as well. If you get 3 energy on an Infernape EX, you can deal 140 damage 2 turns in a row. And with a Giovanni, you can one-shot a Mewtwo EX. So yeah, I like this Pokemon. I think it's really strong. Of course, it's a stage 2 Pokemon, so It's going to be hard to build it, like with Gyarados EX. Oh, sorry. Like with Charizard EX. But that's true of all stage 2 Pokemon, unless we're getting items to help us draw our stage 1, stage 2 Pokemon. And also, I just noticed that the retreat cost for Infernape EX is 0. It's 0. Wow, that's actually amazing. So you could literally use Flare Blitz, discard your energy, retreat it next turn, get your Moltres EX out, and try to pump your Infernape EX with more energy. Okay, I thought this Pokemon was good, but now I think it's really, really good. It might be like 5 out of 5. We'll have to see what other Pokemon are. It's hard to judge based on one Pokemon only, but yeah, Infernape EX looks really good to me. We've got the new Magnemite and Magneton. Alright, let's go through the Magnezone first, and then we'll go through Magnemite and Magnetron, the new ones. Okay, Magnezone is a stage 2 Pokemon. Is a new one for us, 140 HP. For 3 energy, 1 lightning, 2 colorless. Thunder Blast deals 110 damage and discards 1 energy from this Pokemon. Since it discards 1 energy only, we can keep pumping it to keep dealing 110 damage, like with Ninetales pretty much. So yeah, this seems pretty good to me, honestly. 3 energy is quite a lot, but if we're playing the old Magneton, we get to attach 1 energy to it every turn, as long as we evolve it. You might have a lot of energy saved up on the Magnezone. So yeah, this is quite chunky as well, 140 HP, and it's not an EX. If you still have energy on the Magnezone and it's about to die, you can always retreat it back to the bench and use Surge to move your energy to Raichu, Electabuzz, or Electrode. I'm quite excited by the new Magnezone. It looks good. Okay, the new Magnemite is a little bit different to the Genetic Apex Magnemite. It's the same HP. We need 1 energy, 1 colorless energy actually. The Magnemite we have before needs lightning energy and it deals 20 damage, but this one only deals 10 damage. So I'm not really sure. It might be better to play the old Magnemite, to be honest, from the Genetic Apex. This all depends whether you want to play this card in a dual energy deck, because if you play in a dual energy deck, then the new Magnemite is better. The new Magneton, let's have a look. The old one is also 80 HP. The ability is exactly the same, and they also needs 4... Okay, yeah, it's exactly the same. Wait, it's literally the same. Even the art is the same. I don't know what I'm on about. This is literally the same card. Okay, ignore me. The Magnemite is different though. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking they're trying to maybe encourage us to play this card in a dual type energy deck, because if we look at the Magnezone, it also only needs 1 lightning energy, right? And 2 colorless energy. I see the vision. Okay, so if we just play Magnemite in a different energy deck, we don't add lightning energy to the deck. If we manage to get Magneton, we can still get lightning energy from using his ability, and we just use whatever other energy we have in the energy spot. This is a very interesting Pokemon actually. So in that case, if you're not adding lightning energy to your deck, but you're still adding the Magnemite line to the deck, the new Magnemite is better than. Manaphy. This is my first time seeing Manaphy. I don't think I've ever played this Pokemon. Evidently, it's a mythical, water type mythical Pokemon. So it doesn't evolve, but it can breed with Ditto to produce an egg that hatches into Leafeon, does not evolve into Manaphy. Okay. On the first glance, it seems, I haven't read the ability, but 50 HP is very low, 1 energy, doesn't deal any damage, Oceanic Gift, choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon. We have more energy ramping for water decks? Is Misty not enough? This seems insane. What? Yeah, this seems pretty good. It's like guaranteed 2 extra energy, right? If you manage to attach energy to Manaphy, attack with it. If you go second, or even if you go first, you can play Misty to give energy to Manaphy, and then you just literally guaranteed extra energy on your bench Pokemon. The only bad thing I can think about it is it can't stack energy on 1 Pokemon. So you have to choose 2 Pokemon to receive the energy. So if you only have 1 Pokemon that you want to pump, for example, like a Blastoise EX or a Gyarados EX, you haven't drawn the other one yet, it's going to be quite slow to pump that one with energy. Actually, no, never mind. What am I saying? You only need 1 energy on the Manaphy, and then you can attack, get your extra energy on the Pokemon, and then from the next turn onwards, you can manually add water energy as well to that Pokemon. Okay, piplup, we've already seen this Pokemon, I think, in the trailer, but this is just, sorry, the quality is so ass. This is just like an illustration rare that has piplup, we've got Turtwig and Chimchar in it. They're having a little picnic. It's so cute. It's almost like my YouTube banner, but without. My YouTube banner doesn't have any of these Pokemon. And a drifloon there too. And I think Bunnery in the background. I love the art. It's so beautiful. So cute. Oh my god, I want it now. Okay, we're getting a new Ralts and Kirlia. Sorry, this is so out of order because there's two different sources. There's the Chinese Weibo account, but there's also account on Twitter, Magikarp, that's also sharing images of leaked cards. The reason I believe they're real is because there's two leakers, right? They're sharing different cards, but some of them match. So there's a few that kind of they're the same card and they're exactly the same. So both sources might be credible and they might both be sharing real cards. So let's have a look at Gallade first before we looked at the new Ralts and Kirlia. The Gallade is actually fighting type, which is very interesting. It's not psychic like Gardevoir. For 2 fighting energy, we get Energized Blade that deals 70 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is basically like Alakazam, but the base attack is much higher. And also, it only needs 2 energy instead of 3 energy like with Alakazam. Isn't it just strictly better than Alakazam? Am I missing something? I mean, this is an EX Pokemon, it has more HP, and you do have more to lose if you lose it, so you lose 2 prize points. The problem is, you do go from like Psychic Energy Pokemon and you evolve it into a fighting type Pokemon. So you will need to add both to the deck, I'm guessing. Okay, we've got the Ralts and Kirlia, which is really funny because I'm pretty sure there's like a male version of Kirlia, right, in the game? Oh, never mind. For some reason, I thought there was like a male version of Kirlia, but I'm wrong. It's just normal Ralts evolves into Kirlia always, and Kirlia can evolve into either Gardevoir or Gallade. The new Ralts is different. So the old one, I think old one just deal like 10 damage or something. Same amount of HP. And, oh, okay, I see how it is. You don't play Gallade in a Psychic deck because if we look at the energy that both new Ralts and Kirlia need, they're both colorless. So yeah, even though they're Psychic Pokemon, you don't add Psychic energy to the deck. You just add Fighting energy to the deck. Ralts teleport switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. We've seen quite a few of these abilities already. So like Abra is like that, and the new Magikarp from Mythical Island is like that. Kirlia does Slap. I think it's the same. Also, I think the old Kirlia is also 80 HP. That's a slap for 20. So yeah, nothing too exciting. Energy-wise, it's pretty good because it only needs 1 energy for both Pokemon and only 1 energy to retreat it to the bench. Like, I mean, you can just retreat it using Ralts ability to build your Gallade. So yeah, it looks very, very promising, this Pokemon. Why play Alakazam when we can just play Gallade and it's cheaper? Very, very chunky. 70 base damage. I mean, yeah, okay. Alakazam deals plus 30 more damage for each energy attached to your Pokemon. Maybe it has a higher damage potential than Gallade. That's probably why. So if your opponent has like 4 energy attached to it, how much does Alakazam deal? 4 times 3, 120. So 180 damage. Whereas Gallade it deals 150 damage. Alakazam has a higher damage potential. That's true. Depending on how much energy your opponent has. Alakazam is also kind of weak to Pokemon that don't have any energy attached to it. It only deals 60 damage and Gallade EX deals 70, so it's 10 more. I mean, it's not amazing, but yeah, it still needs 1 less energy. I guess it's pretty balanced then. I thought it was so much better than Alakazam, but now after doing some maths, it's not really. You can just get it up fast. Here we got Togepi and Togetic. Oh my god, the Togepi art is so cute. I really like the energy cost of both their abilities. You only need 1 psychic energy to pound, 1 energy to do Fairy Wind, which is really, really good here because if you start first with Togepi, you can only attach energy on turn 3, and since Togetic only needs 1 energy to attack, you can evolve and attack straight away. You know, a lot of time if you evolve your basic Pokemon on turn 3, it needs like 2 energy to attack and you're just sitting there. But with this, you always evolve into stage 1 and you can attack straight away, so it doesn't matter if you go first or second. So I really, really like that. I managed to find Togekiss on Twitter as well. 140 HP for 2 psychic energy. Overdrive Smash deals 60 damage, which is not a lot, but during your next turn, this Pokemon's Overdrive Smash does plus 60 damage. The first time you use Overdrive Smash, it will deal 60 damage. As long as you keep using it, from the second time you use it onwards, you will deal 120 damage, which seems really, really good to me. I mean, it's gonna take a while to get it going because it's a stage 2 Pokemon. Say you start with Togepi on turn 1, on turn 2, you evolve into Togepi. On turn 5, you evolve into Togekiss. And that's when you can start attacking. That's when you deal 60 damage. But then from turn 7 onwards, you start dealing 120 damage. That is assuming that we draw everything perfectly, you know? So if we draw things perfectly, Togekiss is pretty good. But will we draw perfectly? Not every time. You know, we're gonna brick. Most of the time, I'm probably gonna brick. So I'm not sold on Togekiss yet. But we do have Cynthia as well. Cynthia works with Togekiss as well. I guess on turn 5, if you get very lucky, you've drawn your Togepi, Togetic, Togekiss. You've got Togekiss out. You've got your energy attached. And you've got your Cynthia drawn. Then you can deal 110 damage on that turn. It could work. So yeah, I'm not sold on Togekiss yet, but I might be wrong, you know. I feel like it's just a little bit too slow. It might work in a slowish meta, but then I feel like if you're playing in a slowish meta and people are building up stuff that hits a lot harder, Charizard EX, you know? It just hits a lot harder. And if you get lucky, you can literally get Charizard EX on turn 5 out with like full energy. So we don't know what Lucario does yet, but here's a Riolu. It jumps for 20 damage using fighting energy and has 60 HP. I mean, pretty standard for a basic Pokemon. Yeah, it will all depend on whether Lucario is playable. I really hope it is. It is one of the Pokemon that I really, really like, so I really hope it's playable. This card, Weavile EX, also makes me think that the leaks are true because we've got this card, right? Which I'll talk about first. This is from that Chinese Weibo account. But also the Twitter account also posted a Weavile, but it was a Weavile full art. And the abilities match up exactly. So it makes me think that both of these are real. Let's have a look. We've got stage 1 Weavile EX. It's got 140 HP for only 1 energy. We do scratching nails. 30 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 40 more damage. So as long as that the opponent's active Pokemon has some kind of damage, we can deal 70 damage. This reminds me a little bit of Brux's ability. So that one also deals a lot more damage if the active Pokemon has damage on it already. But Bruxish needs 2 energy, whereas Weavile EX only needs 1 energy. So yeah, this seems really, really good. We don't know what Sneasel does yet, but assuming we will only need 1 energy to attack. And yeah, this is very cheap and it can deal a lot of damage very fast since it's only stage 1 Pokemon. This is looking very, very good. I can see Weavile EX working really well in combination with Weezing. Honestly, Weavile EX looks very strong because it only deals the maximum of 70 damage, but only needs 1 energy. It has 140 HP, is a stage 1 Pokemon, so a lot more consistent than stage 2 Pokemon. And another good thing about it is it's weak to grass Pokemon. Unlike most dark Pokemon, they are weak to fighting. And I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing a lot of like Gallade. This is going to be really, really good against Gallade decks. I told you guys about the full art one. And this is the full art that I found on Twitter, and it's exactly the same, isn't it? So very, very likely these both are real cards. I mean, I think they're all real, but obviously, you know, they're leaks, so not 100% guaranteed to be real. But yeah, this is really cute. It's such a nice full art. I'm really looking forward to collecting it. I can't wait to open packs on Thursday. Okay, so these are all the Pokemon, I think. I've gone through all of them from the Chinese Weibo, so let's go through the Twitter ones that I haven't shown you. And the most important one is, of course, BIDOOF! BIDOOF has a lot of fans. This really reminds me of the Slowpoke art. I think it's the same artist. It's like this. It's drawn in the same style. It's very similar vibes. And look at them. They're all just there chilling, being friends. You know, like chewing some wood. We got 60 HP, and it's a colorless Pokemon. It needs 2 colorless energies to do Super Fang. Half your opponent's active opponent's remaining health rounded down. Oh my god, is this crazy? I mean, it's really crazy against super chunky Pokemon as the first hit. Right? The first hit, have your opponent's active Pokemon. I mean, the less HP they have, the worse it is. You're never going to be able to KO a Pokemon with BIDOOF. It's just not possible, right? Round it down. If they have 10 HP left, round it down. So you deal 5. You can't deal 5. There's no 5. It's increments of 10. So you just deal 0 damage. So you literally cannot kill anyone with BIDOOF. but it's very nice to use it as a first attack on a super chunky Pokemon. So say you're playing against like Venusaur EX, right? Which has 190 HP. So you will deal 190 divided by 2, it'll be that 90. You deal 90 damage since it's rounded down. Insane to begin with. Like the more you use it, the worse it gets. But as the first hit, it's amazing. But it is 2 energy. I mean, for 1 energy, you would have been incredibly strong, like way too strong. But yeah, 2 energy, very nice. It would be good in situations where like your opponent is pumping their bench Pokemon, like, you know, like they've got a Mewtwo EX or a Gyarados EX. Gyarados EX 180 HP, right? So they get the Gyarados EX out, you get your BIDOOF out, and bam, they're at 90 HP. And then 90 HP is a lot easier to deal with. You can one-shot 90 HP with a lot of other Pokemon. I like it a lot. I like BIDOOF. I love BIDOOF. I think BIDOOF is going to be very playable. Right, I'll go through all the Pokemon, and then we do trainer cards, and then we do Pokemon tools. Darkrai is a mythical Pokemon, right? And it's not an EX card in Pocket, it seems like. We've got 110 HP. It's a dark type Pokemon, of course. Got 3 energy needed to do Dark Void, which deals 60 damage. And your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. With asleep, they're always asleep. You don't have to flip a coin, but your opponent does have to flip a coin to see if they wake up. 3 energy seems like a lot. It's a lot of investment to put on Darkrai, and yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. Unless we have some ways of ramping up energy on dark Pokemon, which we don't have yet. But I haven't looked at the tools or new Pokemon trainer cards yet, which we'll have a look at in a little bit. I don't know, so far it looks a little bit underwhelming to me. Just disappointing, because Darkrai is supposed to be like this mythical Pokemon that's like super strong, right? I think I'm probably missing something. There's probably like a combination that's gonna work with Darkrai, and I just haven't seen it yet. We have a Porygon in game already. No one really plays it because it's not a very good card. I've only seen YouTubers play it, you know, for content and to say, oh my god, this card is so good, when it's not, okay? It's not. So Porygon, 50 HP. The ability is data scan. Once during your turn, you may look at the top card of your deck, and for 1 energy, you deal 1 colorless energy, you deal 20 damage. Okay, and Porygon-z is a stage 2 Pokemon, so I'm guessing we'll also be getting Porygon 2, otherwise it wouldn't make sense, right? You would just get stuck, you won't be able to evolve your Porygon. Don't know what the Porygon 2 is yet. I haven't seen it in any of the leaks. I'm guessing Porygon 2 is gonna need 2 energy to attack, unless they make it really clunky and make it 3 energy as well, but that's rare. It will be either 1 energy or 2 energy to attack. So Porygon-z, stage 2, 140 HP, very normal for a stage 2 non-EX Pokemon. For 3 colorless energy, you got Buggy Beam. It deals 80 damage. Change the type of the next energy that will be generated for your opponent to one of the following at random. Oh my god, so you can really mess with your opponent's deck. So you can be grass, fire, water, lightning, psychic. Is that fighting? I think fighting, dark, or color. Oh no, sorry, steel. Say your opponent's playing Gyarados EX deck. That deck needs water energy only. So if you manage to change the energy from water to, say, like dark or fighting, their Gyarados is just sitting there doing nothing, right? Like the energy is literally wasted. They'll probably pump the Druddigon or something with the energy, but yeah, that means 1 extra turn for the Gyarados EX, unless they manage to ramp with Misty. This looks really annoying, but I don't know how good it's gonna be. I mean, it's 3 energy. You need 3 energy to make it work, but it's definitely going to be fun to play because you'll be messing with your opponent a lot. So I wonder if you'll be able to change to exactly the same type of energy. Can water energy become water energy again? Then the word change wouldn't make sense. Logically, you would get a different type of energy, but it doesn't say change to a different type of energy. So that's something we'll have to test out. I'm not 100% sure. I honestly don't think Porygon-z is going to be that amazing. It depends on what Porygon 2 is. Like, if Porygon 2 also has some useful ability, it might be pretty good to invest in, to evolve into Porygon-z. Yeah, I think it's just going to be more of an annoying deck than anything. Rotom, a lightning type, a Pokemon with 70 HP, but in order to attack, you only need 1 colorless energy. Assault Laser, 20 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, this attack does 30 more damage. And we'll have a look at Pokemon tools in a little bit. So the potential is pretty big, I think. Since it seems like Pokemon tool, once you attach them, it stays on the Pokemon. In that case, it's very risky, right? Because you can literally just play out Rotom, retreat your active Pokemon, put it out, and you can deal 50 damage straight away. Can be quite nice and quite surprising for your opponent. So yeah, it looks good. And Rotom will fit not only in lightning decks, it will fit in pretty much any deck because even though it's lightning energy, you only need colorless energy to attack. And the art is super cute. Oh my god, look at the little house. It's adorable. It doesn't look like the ability stacks either. Your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached. This attack does 30 more damage. So it's not like if they have... I don't know if it's possible to attach 2 Pokemon tools, but if it's possible, it doesn't look like the damage will stack. We looked at the older leaked Pokemon cards. Let's have a quick look at the trainer cards. There are 2 leaked trainer cards. One of them is Volkner. Honestly, I thought this one was fake when I first saw it because the artwork looks kind of scuffed. I don't know why, but it looks kind of scuffed. I think it's the hair. Choose one of your Electivire or Luxray. Attach 2 lightning energy from your discard pile to that Pokemon. This is another reason why I thought this card might be fake, because does energy go into discard pile? Oh, I guess it does, right? Because if you look at the new Magnezone, we discard the energy from Magnezone every time we attack. Discard energy from this Pokemon, but I don't even know, does discarded energy end up in a discard pile? I mean, if this card is real, if Volkner is real, then I assume it does. I never paid attention, really. I didn't realize that the discarded energy also goes into a pile. This looks very interesting. Yeah, if you play Volkner in combination with either Electivire or Luxray and plus Magnezone, you've got yourself a deck going, right? You start with Magnezone, you attack, you discard energy, and then you can literally just put out your Luxray or Electivire and pump it with 2 energy already with Volkner. Luxray is a stage 2 Pokemon though, so I'm guessing Luxray will need at least 2 energy to attack, maybe 3 energy. But you can get it going straight away with Volkner as long as you have 2 lightning energy that you already discarded. So yeah, this looks really, really strong. I'm super excited for the new supporter cards, honestly. I feel like we've been playing with the same supporter cards for forever now. And yeah, I'm ready for a change in the meta. It's Cyrus. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damaged on it to the active spot. So this is literally like Sabrina, but I wonder if you get to choose or your opponent gets to choose. It doesn't seem like you get to choose. I think it's just random. So this would be pretty good to lure out one of your opponent's Pokemon that they're trying to hide because he has too low HP. It looks really good. It reminds me of the Victory Bell's ability and obviously the normal Pidgeot's ability. With Pidgeot's ability, your opponent gets to choose like with Sabrina. But yeah, it doesn't seem like your opponent will have a chance. But if they have 2 Pokemon on the bench that have damage on them, I wonder if they will get a choice. You definitely don't get to choose yourself, I don't think. That would be way too strong. But yeah, Cyrus looks really, really good to me. It might be, the new Sabrina, honestly. Because with Sabrina, the weakness is if your opponent has more Pokemon on the bench, say if they have like a Mewtwo that's been damaged and they have a full health Gardevoir and you play Sabrina, they can just give you like a Gardevoir, right? But with Cyrus, they can't give you a Gardevoir. They have to put out their Mewtwo that has damage on it. So honestly, I feel like Cyrus might be better than Sabrina now. Maybe we should do a Cyrus cosplay. Okay, now let's have a look at the Pokemon tools. I think there's 3 they've been leaked. First one is Giant Cape. Maybe like with item cards, you can probably play as many tools as you want per turn. Okay, so it says attach a Pokemon tool to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a Pokemon tool attached. So it seems like the effect is permanent. You attach a Pokemon tool and each Pokemon can only have 1 tool attached to it. So you can't just attach like 3 tools to one Pokemon like we thought earlier. The Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 20 HP. Ooh, yeah, honestly, plus 20 HP is not bad. Think about Blue, for example. Blue will help you survive for 1 extra turn maybe, only gives you 10 extra HP basically. Whereas this is a permanent effect. You attach to your Pokemon, you permanently get plus 20 HP. Honestly, it looks really good. Unless your opponent has Rotom and then they deal 30 extra damage because you have the Giant Cape attached. I don't think this one is going to be super playable, but it can be pretty good in cards that have 140 HP. We saw quite a few of the stage 2 Pokemon had 140 HP, which means they can still be one-shot by like say a Mewtwo. But if you attach Giant Cape, 160 HP. Can't be one-shot by Mewtwo unless they have Giovanni. So yeah, it might be playable depending on the Pokemon you're playing. Let's have a look at the next item. Next Pokemon tool, we've got Lumberry. Very familiar for people who play a lot of Pokemon games. At the end, I wonder if we'll get all the berries. That's going to be a lot of tools. At the end of each turn, if the Pokemon this card is attached to is affected by any special conditions, it recovers from all of them and discard this card. Oh, it gets discarded. Okay. I guess this is like a guaranteed way to recover from like sleep, paralysis. But the annoying thing is you kind of have to play this card preemptively, right? If you know your opponent has a Pokemon that can put you to sleep, you play Lumberry preemptively. Say if they're playing Darkrai that can put you to sleep, and you know you're unlucky, so you are not likely to roll ahead to wake yourself up. Play Lumberry and it basically gives you a free recover from sleep. But then you discard the card. You discard the Lumberry and that's it. But also you kind of have to make space in your deck for Lumberry if you're expecting like some special conditions. If your opponent doesn't have any Pokemon that deals special conditions, so you know, no paralysis, no sleep, no burn, or nothing, it's like a wasted spot in your deck. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it. If there's a lot of cards in the meta that deal special conditions, Lumberry might be pretty good. But as it is, I think a lot of the time it might be useless and it's just gonna take up a very, very precious spot in a 20 card deck, you know? Let's have a look at the last Pokemon tool, Rocky Helmet. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, do 20 damage to the attacking Pokemon. See, this is my favorite Pokemon tool so far because you will always work. And it's basically what Druddigon does. And we know how good Druddigon is, right? So even if you're, oh my god, imagine if you attach this to Druddigon. Then if your opponent attacks you, they receive 40 damage from it. That's actually insane. And like Lumberry, it doesn't get discarded if it deals 20 damage. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite Pokemon tool so far. This Rocky Helmet is basically Poliwrath's ability, counter attack. So, you know, Poliwrath was already irrelevant and Rocky Helmet just made it even more irrelevant because literally any Pokemon now can have Poliwrath's ability. So maybe Poliwrath will get a buff, but it doesn't seem like we'll be getting any nerfs or buffs to the existing cards. It's not the way Pokemon TCG works, and it doesn't look like it's the way Pokemon TCG Pocket is going to work. The possibilities with Rocky Helmet are just insane, but you do have to be careful what Pokemon you put your Rocky Helmet in, since once you use it, it's gone, right? You can't just move the tool from one Pokemon to another. Yeah, I think the meta is going to change so much once the new cards come out. I'm super excited. Let me know what cards you are most excited about, and let me know if you see any other leaked cards you would want me to cover. Tomorrow, look out for my video on trading. I'm going to wake up super early, 5 a.m. my time, to do a trade and make a video about it to tell you exactly how it's going to work. And then on Thursday, when the set comes out, I'm gonna wake up again at 5 a.m. I'm gonna open as many packs as I can. Let me know what pack I should open. I'm not sure yet. I'm probably gonna try to open the Dialga pack, or I could open like, you know, 50 Dialga packs and 50 Palkia packs. But maybe it's worth it if I just open like 120 Dialga packs on day 1 and then 120 Palkia packs on day 2. So on day 1, there are high chances of me being able to build a proper deck using the Dialga deck. I'm gonna leave you here because I really need to get some breakfast. I'm starving, and you know, I need to get changed out of my pajamas and brush my teeth. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know what you think about the cards. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any news or spicy decks or pack opening videos, and hopefully I'll see you next time.